I think Bud could beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would beat Canelo.
How's Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Look, because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
Weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The long-awaited face-off between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud, Crawford finally exploded into reality during a high-stakes press event ahead of their mega fight set for September 13th, 2025, in Las Vegas, under the global spotlight of Riyadh. Season, the 2-pound, 4-pound kings met eye-to-eye, no words, just burning intensity. Canelo's cold stare met Crawford's calm confidence in a silent showdown that shook the room. It wasn't just hype, it was war and stillness. Fans are already calling this the struggle of the century, as two of boxing's finest prepare to battle for total super middleweight supremacy.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO. He just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about where'd Dana go.
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of things about boxing, but they don't say I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico, is one of boxing's most decorated champions, holding titles across 4 weight divisions and reigning as the current undisputed super middleweight king. Known for his explosive power, slick defense, and unmatched versatility, Canelo has conquered a who's who of elite opponents, cementing his legacy as a generational great in the sport.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
Do you think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think he's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws.
Terence Crawford, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, is a rare talented champion in 4 divisions, including lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and super welterweight. His unique switch-hitting style, sharp ring IQ, and punishing power helped him dominate the welterweight scene, with his stunning win over Errol Spence Jr. crowning him the undisputed king of that division.
All right, we have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's going to be at 168. Plus, I'm not going to get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not going to get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special.
Canelo has proven to be a juggernaut at 168 pounds, boasting an incredible record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, with 39 victories coming by knockout. His resume sparkles with championship gold across junior middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight. His crowning achievement, becoming the first ever undisputed super middleweight champ back in 2021.
Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference. And that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
Now, 34 years old and standing 5 feet 8, Canelo brings a dangerous blend of power, footwork, and veteran experience. His recent dominant win over William Skull in May 2025 only added fuel to his unstoppable fire, while younger contenders keep rising. Canelo's elite technique and fight IQ keep him head and shoulders above the rest.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and that's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
But Crawford made one thing crystal clear: size won't decide this fight. He reminded the world that both he and Canelo are the same height and that he actually has the longer reach. Canelo's a heavy dude, but he ain't big. Crawford said at 5 feet 8, he insists there's no height gap, only a weight, history gap. While Bud climbed from lightweight to 154, Canelo touched light heavyweight. But that, Crawford says, won't matter when the bell rings.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talks. With the right business come across the table, it happen. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah. He's in weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have. And to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. But a guy who has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in any.
At first, Canelo Alvarez downplayed the idea of fighting Terence Crawford, but that changed. Canelo later admitted he's open to the bout if it makes sense for his legacy and his wallet. Meanwhile, Crawford skipped a tune-up fight, diving straight into the deep end at 168 pounds. That alone is a huge risk. Many experts believe moving up in weight without a test run is dangerous, especially when you're jumping into the ring with a technician like Canelo. Some say this matchup feels less like a classic and more like a business move. With so much money involved, many believe Crawford is risking his name, not just chasing history.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there. Why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan, come into a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound for pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very unlikely. Damn near impossible.
In a more relaxed moment, Canelo reportedly laughed that fighting Crawford would be easy money, even hinting at a payday around $150 million. That jaw-dropping number alone explains why both men are drawn to the fight. Crawford clapped back, calling out the doubters who question his weight jump. He reminded fans that when Canelo moved up, he lost while Crawford has continued winning. Bud is using that as fuel, ready to silence critics and prove that greatness isn't limited by weight. Despite the massive payday, Crawford insists he's not just chasing a check, he's chasing history and redemption.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
If it's what I want to do, I'm gonna take it. You know,
would you put a rehydration bottle in there?
We'll see. I don't like to talk about other fight when
you understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fight that fans will see you in there with. Do you understand?
That. Same happened with Blood.
Yeah, and it happened.
And the same happened with
and it happened.
And same with the video Sunday.
And it happened. I think it happened.
And with Throw, and with Mayweather, and with Cotto.
That's why I believe the fight happened. Would you ever go for 175? It's 168. I feel like you fought everybody. They're taking belts away from you. 175, you got Benavidez, you got Burrell, you got the rematch with Duval.
If I go 175,
that would be the first time. Well, then you can look around and see what's out there.
And then,
would you make a Crawford performance against Mazzalon?
I think he knows why he's last there, right? He make a good fight. For me, I think he lost the fight or draw.
Okay.
Or could be the other side.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there in LA.
He want to sell the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't.
Would you look at a fight with Crawford? So in the past, you told me no.
If the money is right,
money's got to be big.
No, I don't like fighting.
Wait, Flash. Do you want to say 168 or 165?
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford opened up saying a fight with Canelo would be the biggest moment of his career. He didn't shy away from the truth. Money matters now. Early in his career, it was all about belts and glory. But after dominating 4 divisions, he's earned the right to think about legacy and security. Facing a global icon like Canelo is risky, especially at a higher weight. But Crawford knows the reward is massive both in legacy and in life-changing cash. He compared the excitement of this fight to how he once felt when chasing Manny Pacquiao. This time, the stakes feel even bigger.
No. You just need, like, dragons to slay. You know what I mean? Like, at this point in your life, you can't even fight a regular fighter.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I get excited. I don't know why. I get excited when I talk about Canelo like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited. Like, man, I'm going to be able to fight Pacquiao. You know, because...
Is that the one you think got away?
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. I tried my ass off.
What stopped that fight from happening?
They didn't want to fight.
It's too dangerous.
They didn't want to fight. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to fight. The Pacquiao handlers didn't want to fight. You know, I believe Pacquiao, as a fighter, he wanted to fight, but